February 14th, 2026. The room buzzes with tension as the U.S. military operation to kidnap Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela unfolds. Screams flicker, voices crackle over headsets, and Anthropic's AI, Claude, is at the heart of it all. The stakes couldn't be higher. As the operation progresses, the question looms. What are the implications of Anthropic's AI, Claude, being used in real-world cyberattacks and military operations? January 2021, a new year, a new vision. Anthropic is born, founded with the ambition to push the boundaries of artificial intelligence. The tech world watches closely as this fresh player enters the arena, promising innovation and change. Fast forward to 2023, and Anthropic launches Claude 2. The phones won't stop ringing as interest surges. A staggering 75,000 users engage with Claude 2, while 15,000 developers dive into its code, eager to unlock its potential. The air is electric with possibility, and Anthropic's name becomes synonymous with cutting-edge AI technology. For ordinary people, Claude represents a leap into the future. Businesses, creatives, and tech enthusiasts alike see it as a tool that can transform industries, streamline operations, and spark creativity. But as excitement builds, so does unease. The inscrutability of large language models raises questions. How much control does Anthropic truly have over Claude's capabilities? By 2026, Anthropic's financial growth is undeniable, closing a funding round with a jaw-dropping $965 billion valuation. Yet, beneath the surface of this success, whispers of concern begin to circulate. The U.S. military's increasing interest in deploying AI in operations casts a long shadow. And as Anthropic announces Claude Fable 5, the first signs of trouble begin to emerge. April 2026. The stage is set for a moment that will captivate Wall Street and government officials alike. Anthropic unveils Mythos, their latest brainchild, in a grand spectacle. The room is filled with anticipation, the air thick with the promise of something extraordinary. This is not just another product. It is a statement of dominance in the AI landscape. Mythos dazzles, its capabilities pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. It is a triumph, a showcase of Anthropic's mastery over AI innovation. Just months earlier in February, Anthropic had captured the nation's attention with commercials aired during Super Bowl LX. The ads were bold, a clear message that Anthropic was not just a tech company, but a cultural force. The world was watching, and Anthropic was ready to deliver. Behind the scenes, the stakes were high. The U.S. military's reliance on Claude in operations had already set a precedent. The AI's involvement in the operation against Nicolas Maduro was proof of its power and potential. Yet with power came risk. Anthropic's leadership grappled with the growing concerns about AI safety and control. The inscrutability of large language models like Claude raised alarms. Could the company truly harness such a force without losing control? As the year progressed, Anthropic's relationship with the U.S. government became increasingly complex. Trump, with a swift decision, ordered all federal agencies to cease using Claude. It was a blow, a signal that trust in Anthropic's creation was wavering. The Pentagon's ties with Anthropic grew strained, the once promising partnership now fraught with tension. But Anthropic was not alone in the arena. OpenAI, sensing an opportunity, stepped in to fill the void, offering their AI tools to the Pentagon. The competition was fierce, and Anthropic's leadership knew they needed to act swiftly to maintain their edge. Yet even as they strategized, the whispers of concern grew louder. Lawsuits loomed on the horizon, authors in the U.S. challenging the use of their work in training AI models. The Writers Guild of Great Britain called for an independent AI regulator, a move that showed the growing unease surrounding AI's unchecked power. As Anthropic stood at the pinnacle of its achievements, the shadows lengthened. The empire they had built was strong, but cracks were beginning to show. A storm was brewing, and the world was about to witness the consequences of AI's unchecked potential. May 2025. Anthropic's headquarters buzz with excitement. The announcement of Claude 4 and its new API capabilities sends ripples through the tech world. The phones ring non-stop as enterprise customers, making up 80% of Anthropic's clientele, scramble to integrate the latest AI marvel into their systems. The anticipation is palpable, but so are the whispers of concern. By May 2026, Anthropic's revenue run rate has skyrocketed to $47 billion. The company's valuation soars to $965 billion, eclipsing even OpenAI's $852 billion. Investors are ecstatic, yet beneath the surface, tension simmers. The inscrutability of large language models like Claude raises questions about safety and control. The potential for misuse looms large, and Anthropic's leadership knows it. June 1, 2026. Anthropic files confidential IPO papers. The move is bold, a declaration of confidence in their trajectory, but the timing is precarious. Concerns about AI's role in cyberattacks and military operations grow louder. The U.S. military's increasing deployment of AI, particularly Claude, in operations, is both a validation and a warning. July 2026. Anthropic signs a 20-year lease for a data center. It's a commitment to the future, a promise of continued growth and innovation. Yet the decision feels like a gamble. The company's ties with the U.S. government are strained, and the specter of lawsuits looms large. Authors in the U.S. challenge the use of their work in training AI models, adding fuel to the fire of controversy. Inside Anthropic, the pressure is immense. The leadership grapples with the duality of their creation. Claude's potential is vast, but so is the risk. The call for an independent AI regulator by the Writers Guild of Great Britain echoes in the halls, a reminder of the growing unease surrounding AI's unchecked power. As the summer sun beats down, Anthropic stands at a crossroads. The world watches, waiting to see if they can navigate the storm. The moment of no return is here. And as the shadows lengthen, the true implications of Claude's power are about to unfold. October 2025. Anthropic announces a cloud partnership with Google. The deal promises access to up to 1 million users and more than 1 gigawatt of computing power. The tech world buzzes with the news, but behind the scenes, tension mounts. Anthropic's leadership faces a growing storm of controversy over Claude's involvement in cyberattacks and military operations. The whispers of AI's potential for misuse grow louder. Anthropic's decision in September to halt product sales to certain countries signals a shift, a recognition of the mounting pressure. The move is strategic, yet it raises questions. How much control does Anthropic truly have over its creations? As the days pass, the tension becomes palpable. On a Thursday, Claude Opus 4.6 launches. It's a momentous occasion, yet it feels overshadowed by the shadow of uncertainty. The release of Claude Opus 4.5, Claude Sonnet 4.5, and Claude Haiku 4.5 late last year had been met with excitement. Now, the mood is different. Anthropic's financial numbers tell a story of success. A valuation of $965 billion, an investment of $15 billion, and a revenue run rate of $47 billion paint a picture of prosperity. Yet these figures mask the underlying turmoil. The inscrutability of large language models like Claude creates unease. Businesses hesitate, wary of the black box nature of AI. The consequences of Claude's deployment in military operations and cyberattacks come into sharp focus. Relations with the U.S. government sour. Trump severs ties with Anthropic, and the Pentagon turns to OpenAI for AI tools. The fallout is swift and severe. Inside Anthropic, the realization dawns that the world they helped create is slipping out of their control. The calls for regulation grow louder. The lawsuits multiply. The empire they built teeters on the brink. The fall is not a sudden collapse, but a slow unraveling. The implications of Claude's power echo through the corridors of power and commerce. And as the dust begins to settle, a new chapter in the AI saga is about to begin. The story of Anthropic and Claude is a cautionary tale about the unchecked power of artificial intelligence. When Claude's capabilities were unleashed in cyberattacks and military operations, the world was forced to confront the dark side of AI innovation. The inscrutability of large language models became a glaring issue, raising concerns about AI control and safety. Businesses hesitated, wary of the black box nature of these powerful tools. The implications of AI in military operations and cyberattacks were profound. As Anthropic's relationship with the U.S. government deteriorated, the call for regulation intensified. The Writers Guild of Great Britain and numerous lawsuits highlighted the urgent need for oversight in the AI industry. The story of Claude is a stark reminder of the importance of responsible AI development. As Anthropic's empire teetered, the lesson became clear. Innovation without control can lead to unintended consequences. The world watched as Anthropic grappled with the fallout, and the need for independent regulation became undeniable. As the dust settles, the AI industry stands at a crossroads, and a new chapter in the saga of artificial intelligence is about to begin. As the dust settles on Anthropic's turbulent story, the implications of Claude's use in cyberattacks and military operations become undeniable. The once celebrated AI model, now a symbol of unchecked power, forces the world to reckon with the dangers of deploying advanced technology without stringent oversight. The inscrutability of large language models, once a marvel, now stands as a cautionary tale. Businesses hesitate, lawsuits pile up, and the call for an independent AI regulator grows louder. Anthropic's empire teeters, a stark reminder of innovation's double-edged sword. As the AI industry reaches a critical juncture, a new chapter awaits. Watch what unfolds next.